Happiness is not something you chase. It is something you build. Most people think happiness comes from money, success, relationships, or achievements. But real happiness is internal. It comes from how you think, how you live, and how you manage your expectations. Being happy in life is not about having a perfect life. It is about having the right mindset. It is about gratitude, emotional balance, meaningful goals, and peace with yourself. When you stop comparing, stop overthinking, and stop depending on external validation, happiness becomes more stable. It stops being temporary excitement and starts becoming inner calm. In this video, you will learn practical principles to build real happiness, strengthen your mindset, and create a life that feels fulfilling from the inside. Secret 1: Stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison quietly steals happiness because it shifts your focus away from your own life. The moment you start measuring yourself against someone else, you stop appreciating your own progress. Instead of seeing how far you've come, you only see how far you think you have to go. There will always be someone ahead of you. Someone earning more. Someone achieving faster. Someone appearing more confident or successful. If your happiness depends on being ahead of others, you will rarely feel satisfied. The goalpost will constantly move. Comparison also creates distortion. You compare your behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's highlight moments. You see their wins but not their doubts, failures, or sacrifices. This creates unrealistic standards and unnecessary pressure. When you stop comparing, your energy returns to where it belongs, your own growth. You begin to measure progress against who you were yesterday, not who someone else is today. That shift builds confidence because improvement becomes personal, not competitive. Happiness grows when your journey becomes your focus. Your timing is your timing. Your path is your path. The more you stay in your lane, the lighter your mind feels. Peace begins when comparison ends. Secret 2: Control your thoughts. Your mind is the lens through which you experience life. Two people can face the same situation and feel completely different emotions because their thinking is different. The event is the same, the interpretation is not. That interpretation shapes your emotional state. If you constantly focus on what is wrong, unfair, or missing, your mind stays in a negative loop. Problems feel bigger. Stress feels heavier. Even small challenges feel overwhelming. The more you repeat negative thoughts, the more your brain strengthens that pattern. Over time, it becomes automatic. But the opposite is also true. When you train yourself to look for solutions instead of only problems, your brain shifts into action mode. When you practice gratitude, even for small things, your attention moves from lack to appreciation. This does not mean ignoring difficulties. It means choosing a mindset that supports strength instead of helplessness. You cannot control everything that happens to you. You cannot control other people's behavior. You cannot control unexpected setbacks. But you can control your response. You can choose whether to react with frustration or patience, with anger or understanding, with hopelessness or determination. Controlling your thoughts does not mean forcing positivity. It means becoming aware of your mental patterns and redirecting them when necessary. Notice negative thinking. Pause. Replace it with something more constructive. Happiness becomes stable when your inner dialogue becomes supportive instead of destructive. Your life feels lighter not because problems disappear, but because your mindset becomes stronger than your circumstances. Secret 3: Be grateful for small things. Happiness is rarely found in big achievements because big achievements are rare moments. A promotion, a major purchase, or reaching an important milestone can bring excitement, but that excitement does not last forever. After some time, those achievements become normal, and your mind starts chasing the next big goal. If your happiness depends only on big wins, it will always feel temporary. Small moments, however, happen every single day. A quiet morning before the world gets busy. A peaceful walk. A genuine conversation. A good meal. A moment of rest after a long day. These experiences may seem ordinary, but they are the true structure of your daily life. When you ignore them, life feels routine and empty. When you notice them, life feels meaningful. Gratitude changes your focus. The human mind naturally looks for what is missing, what you do not have, what you have not achieved, or how others seem to be ahead. This constant focus on more creates dissatisfaction and pressure. But when you intentionally shift your attention to what is already good, your emotional state begins to stabilize. Being grateful does not mean pretending your life is perfect. It means recognizing that even with challenges, there are still things worth appreciating. The more you train your mind to notice small positives, the more consistent your sense of contentment becomes. Instead of waiting for major achievements to feel happy, you begin to experience small moments of peace every day. Big achievements bring short bursts of joy, but daily gratitude builds steady happiness. And steady happiness is what makes life truly fulfilling. Secret 4: accept that life is not perfect. Waiting for perfect conditions will quietly steal your happiness. Many people believe they will finally feel happy when everything falls into place, when they earn more money, solve all their problems, find the perfect relationship, or reach the perfect timing. But life does not work that way. There is always something unfinished, something uncertain, and something challenging. If you wait for a flawless moment to feel peace, you may end up waiting forever. Problems are not interruptions of life, they are part of life itself. Delays, misunderstandings, mistakes, and setbacks are normal human experiences. When you expect life to be smooth all the time, every difficulty feels unfair and personal. You begin to resist reality and think that things should be different. That resistance creates frustration, stress, and disappointment. Acceptance changes your emotional experience. Acceptance does not mean giving up or becoming passive. It does not mean you stop improving your situation. It simply means you stop fighting the fact that challenges exist. When you accept that imperfection is natural, you respond with more calmness and less emotional reaction. You deal with problems without letting them define your mood. Peace grows when you understand that discomfort is temporary and unavoidable. Growth happens through obstacles, not in their absence. When you stop demanding perfection from life, you create space for contentment in the present moment. Even if circumstances are not ideal, life does not need to be perfect for you to feel happy. It only needs to be accepted as it is while you continue moving forward. Secret 5: protect your inner peace. Not every argument deserves your energy. Many conflicts are driven by ego, pride, or the simple need to prove a point. When you feel the urge to respond immediately, pause and ask yourself whether the outcome truly matters. If the discussion will not improve your life, your growth, or your understanding, it may not be worth your peace. Every reaction costs energy. Every unnecessary debate drains mental space. When you constantly engage in negativity, your mind stays tense and restless. Protecting your inner peace means choosing your battles carefully. It means understanding that silence is sometimes stronger than explanation, and walking away is sometimes wiser than winning. Not every opinion needs your attention either. People will always have views about how you live, what you choose, or who you are. If you try to respond to every criticism, you will live in constant defense mode. Peace comes when you realize that you do not need universal approval. You only need clarity within yourself. Protecting your inner peace also means setting boundaries. Limiting time with draining individuals. Reducing exposure to constant negativity. Creating space for calm environments and positive influences. Your mental state is shaped by what you allow around you. Being right may satisfy the ego for a moment. Protecting your peace protects your long-term happiness. When you choose calm over conflict, silence over reaction, and boundaries over drama, you strengthen your emotional stability. Peace is not weakness. It is strength under control. Secret 6. Build meaning, not just money. Money is important. It provides comfort, security, and freedom of choice. It reduces stress related to survival and gives you access to better opportunities. But once your basic needs are covered, money alone does not guarantee happiness. Many people reach financial goals and still feel empty because something deeper is missing. Meaning is what makes effort feel worthwhile. When you work only for income, your motivation becomes external. You chase numbers, status, or comparison. Even when you achieve more, satisfaction fades quickly because there is no emotional connection to what you are doing. You may feel successful on the outside but unfulfilled on the inside. Meaning changes that experience. Meaning comes from contributing, growing, learning, helping, creating, or building something that reflects your values. It comes from doing work that feels aligned with who you are, not just what pays you. When your actions connect to a purpose, even difficult days feel valuable. This does not mean you must quit your job or make extreme changes. Meaning can be found in small ways: improving your skills, supporting your family, helping others, creating something useful, or simply doing your work with intention and pride. It is about how you relate to what you do. Money supports your lifestyle. Meaning supports your emotional well-being. When you combine both, life feels stable and fulfilling. But if you have to choose what brings deeper happiness, meaning will always last longer than money. Secret 7. Take care of your body. Your mental state is deeply connected to your physical state. The way you sleep, eat, and move directly affects how you feel emotionally. When your body is exhausted, overstimulated, or poorly nourished, your mood becomes unstable. Small problems feel bigger. Stress feels heavier. Patience becomes thinner. Sleep is one of the strongest foundations of happiness. Without proper rest, your brain struggles to regulate emotions. You become more reactive, more anxious, and less resilient. A well-rested mind handles challenges with more calm and clarity. Consistent sleep is not a luxury, it is emotional protection. Movement is equally powerful. Regular physical activity reduces stress hormones and improves overall mood. It clears mental fog and releases tension stored in the body. You do not need extreme workouts. Even simple daily movement improves mental balance and boosts natural energy levels. Nutrition also plays a role. What you consume affects how stable your energy and focus remain throughout the day. Poor eating habits can lead to energy crashes, irritability, and low motivation. Balanced nutrition supports steady energy and clearer thinking. Taking care of your body is not about appearance. It is about emotional stability. When your body functions well, your mind becomes stronger. You respond instead of overreact. You feel more balanced instead of overwhelmed. A healthy body does not guarantee happiness, but it creates the conditions where happiness is easier to experience and maintain. Happiness is not something you find one day and keep forever. It is something you practice. It is built through your thoughts, your habits, your boundaries, and the way you respond to life. It is choosing gratitude over comparison. Peace over conflict. Meaning over status. Acceptance over resistance. Small daily decisions shape your emotional world more than big life events ever will. Life will never be perfect. Problems will not disappear. But your ability to stay balanced, focused, and intentional can grow stronger every day. And that strength is where real happiness lives. If this video spoke to you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more content that helps you build a stronger mindset and a better life.